So what were you in here laughing about?
One of the comics, two guys are sitting there, and Earl says, does obesity run in your family? And the other guy says, no one runs in my family.
That's pretty funny. You laughing about any comics in here, Sweet Pea? Huh? Good morning. Oh, there you go. Mama made chicken last night. You got chicken this morning. She also got chicken for dinner last night. Freshly cooked. Hi, honey. Good girl. Did you miss getting back outside? Come on. Come on. Come on, it's safe. Tux isn't by the door. Come on. Come on. No, Marty, you're not going back in. Eat what I brought out for you now. He was already in the house and had him some chicken broth, and there's Ruby. God, I love how quiet that car is. And Tux eating his chicken. And Morris was over here mewing at me, very happy this morning. The other guys come in and he looked at the door, but he's like, nah, no thanks. I think I'll stay out here, but don't be surprised in a few months if he comes through the door. Well, there goes Dawn trying to get Husband of the Year award. He's watered my flowers. There's begonias in the pots on the other side of the bridge. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Panther. I forgot to turn on our light this morning. I got excited to see Donnie. You ready for your chicken? Here you go, sweet. Something ate on them?
This one, that was okay, but they ate this one.
Will they come back? Are they just the top?
Oh, they're fine. They just ate the
They ate the top. Okay. Typical deer stuff. Dang it. Hi, Panther. You gonna eat? You eat, buddy. You eat, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. He doesn't mind being petted while he eats, unlike Tux, who will move over to the side until he's done eating. We're not late, but we've lost a little bit of our getting up 15 minutes early cushion today, so we're on the run. Good morning, Ruby. It was easier getting right this morning than normal. Yay! Been in traffic with a couple of Wake County Sheriff's deputies. That's atypical, so not sure what was going on there. We were supposed to get a little bit of rain last night, but we didn't get any rain at all. It moved down from Virginia, which first off is unusual. It usually comes from the west, and then it stayed along I-95, which is, 30 miles east of us. And there was hail in some of those cells, so it was just as well it didn't come through our area. But good thing Dawn and I watered on, I guess, Monday. Although it didn't do the trick of causing us to then get rain anyway. That didn't work this time. So, I don't know, maybe sometime over the weekend into next week. I think we have a couple of really pretty dry days here. It's 60 out there this morning. After the weather came through last night, it kind of cooled off a bit and the humidity went down. So it's very, very comfortable out there today. Very spring-like, very pleasant. It's pretty far ahead, but there's an Ioniq 5 in front of me on the loop today. I guess next to Tesla's on the road, I'm mostly seeing Mach-E's and Ioniq 5s. Sometimes an ID4 or a Bolt, but I would say the two next in volume are Mach-E's or Ioniq 5s. Johnny got out at 7:20, so that's good. So I'm hanging out up here today while Johnny is at AP Stats, and then I'm gonna pick him up around 8:50, and we're gonna head back back home. He would like to stay longer today, and I'd like to let him stay longer today, but we have a follow-up doctor's appointment for his ankle. So, we need to get back to Fuquay for that. It's at 11. I have editing work to do this morning, so I put myself in the working mode. I went to the back and got my MacBook, and yeah, hopefully I'll have good enough service here. The LT on the car is only 2 bars. I don't know how you can be inside the downtown Raleigh city limits and have limited cell service, but I told Johnny I might have to move for better service. I don't know if there's 1 guy or 2 guys in the truck, but they pulled up. They had a really hard time getting around the curb over there and ran over it. And then 1 guy hopped out and went that way, I'm guessing to Bojangles. I don't know if they're here to mow or not. I might have to move. I guess I would tell them they probably should have parked over there. Yeah, that was a breakfast run, and I really can't blame him with that trailer and that truck for parking here and walking over. He had trouble getting out on this side too. He had to back up and crank the tow hitch quite a bit to make it around the corner there. This gentleman is out delivering charged Lime scooters. He's walking away with a battery in his hand. Looks like to me maybe to replace the battery. I didn't know that they came out. I thought they were pretty permanently fastened to the scooters. But anyway, people do still pick them up, charge them, and put them back out. I just sent the video to render. Johnny ought to be pinging me within the next 5 minutes. Don and I had an interesting conversation about executives at Tesla and me trying to correctly label who was standing next to Elon at the lithium groundbreaking plant, the mining operation in Texas. Don's dash cam video didn't make it because it's already long and we had a lot to talk about yesterday and I'm just out of time. I might release it as a separate video. I still need to review it and see what all he captured, but I'm out of time. Well, that Y has a metal plate, a real plate, but looks brand spanking new and very clean. Very pretty today. Yeah, Johnny and I got home from school and we're home just a little bit. I made coffee, you know, important things at the house. And we just left the orthopedic place. It was a dash in, dash out, dash to the doctor. Don actually met us at the orthopedic place, followed us up there 30 minutes later, and is taking Johnny home. Johnny still needs to rest it more and do a few things, but minimal things. And basically, he's healing up good, but not enough to go back to Taekwondo yet. When he said when he can walk on it for 3 days in a row and it doesn't hurt to walk on it, then he can go back to Taekwondo. And of course, that is with some reduction in what he would do over there, like not hit the paddles with his foot for a while, at least not that foot. So anyway, he's doing good. I didn't say that all very smooth. Sorry about that. And anyway, I have a luncheon meeting to attend before I head back to the house. That's why Don grabbed Johnny, to keep me on time. I don't know what I would do without him. I say it all the time in the videos, and it's true. It really does take a village to raise kids. It really does take a coordinated couple to have you know, successful, you know, happiness in life, and to keep things organized and running smooth around the house, especially when there are kids still in school. And I really appreciate all the stuff Don does for me. There's basically, it's, you know, limitless as to what he's willing to do or offering to do. It is a little easier for him that he's been working from home, or now is retired again, officially, finally, for good. We'll use one of those adjectives, and it gives him some flexibility, because I know some guys are younger and tied up with work, and it does make it a little bit harder. But still, you know the difference when somebody really cares and wants to be helpful, and that's always Dawn. So I am allowed to turn right on red here, just have to yield to U-turn. Okay. I am not used to coming out onto Highway 55. We're running past the food line with the red box from that direction. I have not been at that intersection very often. Wanting to turn right, maybe going straight across a bit more to get to the house. The house would have been straight across. Anyway, I did say I was going to be up by Crabtree. We'll see what time it is and how I'm feeling, but if I sneak into the Lego store to look at the pick-a-brick wall, that wouldn't be a real surprise, since I'm in the vicinity with no pressing reason why I don't have time to stop. I have my Lego pick-a-brick cup. They give you $1 off if you bring your cup back. It's a really nice Lego brick looking cup. Unfortunately, I don't have the lid, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the lids. I have 3 or 4 cups in the car, and the lids have slid and gotten moved somewhere. Anyway, I'm at Crabtree. Lunch was good. I'm stuffed. I need to walk it off. And I figured, since it is my birthday on Saturday, that I would treat myself to a cup of bricks. Promise not to get into trouble in here with too much stuff. Oh my God, that thing is so much bigger than I realized it was. Wow. This is a truly awesome set. I hear everybody has trouble with the roof tiles and getting them perfectly lined up. You've basically got to get something the right width to do that. But wow, that is such an expensive set, but it is such a cool set. My cup is full. At some point, I'm going to build this, not because I care about Infinity Saga, but I like the building. This set sold out immediately, but I heard they might get some more tomorrow. I bet it'll be sold right back out again. That's my favorite Star Wars ship. Wow. Uh-oh, that looks like you're working.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah, I've put air in the tire.
Wheelbarrow.
Wheelbarrow tire, and gonna go up to the street and get a couple loads of that dirt and fix this spot here that's washing away.
Okay.
So I've sharpened the saw, got a nice fresh battery. I'm gonna try to whack that root ball off, and hopefully you know, it'll flip back. I haven't exactly decided if I'm gonna cut it on the which side of that piece that's sticking up I'm going to cut it on. There's no hope that that root ball is going to fall back into that hole anywhere close to vertical. I'm not expecting that, not even in the slightest. But maybe a little bit, and I might be able to put this tube of 6 back where it belongs.
My boys that don't like each other are laying pretty close together, all things considered. I heard the electric chainsaw, and that's only because I don't have any noise going on in the house. No book, no nothing. You hear it? Don had told me he was going to take off the end of this tree over here. You would think it would be 100% dead, but it's just enough attached to the ground that it was starting to send shoots up from the trunk straight up. So this was on his list. We had talked about it. He had intended to move this board back down out of the way or back into the ground or something too. It just, since it was off the driveway, he was waiting for good weather and, you know, motivation, time, other more important projects to be done. Hey.
Now don't let me look bad.
How could he possibly look bad? See, I was really surprised it was starting to grow, and we don't need that. You know, we don't want it to do that.
So there it is. I realize it's not very straight. I did a poor job sharpening my blade, so it pulled to one side, and of course it's so big around that I had to cut from both sides, and of course my cut didn't exactly line up. But nonetheless, that Ego saw did cut through. It hasn't used a whole battery yet. I didn't really want the thing to roll down the hill a little bit, so it rolled like a quarter turn, maybe a half turn. There's nothing I can do about that. But anyway, at this point, as you can see, it did totter a little bit. I might get the GMC and see if I can pull that stump up straight. I don't know. My whole reason of doing this is that the street's still in the sun, and I have to do shoveling and work with dirt, which is a lot of work. So I said, well, I'll let it get in the shade a little bit more before I start shoveling. So I thought I'd knock this out. So maybe I'll contemplate on this a little bit and come back to it tomorrow, and maybe with the GMC, and get back to my original task, which is shoveling and wheelbarrowing dirt.
I'm putting away some parts, not the ones I brought home today though, which are in that cup. I'm probably going to lay the floor in that house, and I'm going to fix the black and orange X-Wing. The parts that I needed to fix it, which are a few, they came. So Poe's X-Wing is all fixed up right down to the canopy. And so that guy's done. Don took the keychain part of Yoda off for me, so Yoda's in there now because I was missing Yoda. I actually put away all of the parts that came home in that Lego cup today. It started out with I'll just put away the black, and then it expanded. The parts to fix the blue decked out ship that I worked on this past week, and then the parts for R4's ship. They're here, but that's for another day. And yeah, it's not quite 7, so I'm going to start cooking. That's what I'm going to start doing. I might put in a few tiles while things are cooking on the floor there, because I did want to sort of do that today.